Meghan Markle's foray into the world of preserves, specifically her American Riviera Orchard raspberry jam, has sparked considerable controversy, raising questions about the product's authenticity, marketing tactics, and overall transparency. The narrative portrays the jam launch not as a genuine entrepreneurial venture, but as a potentially deceptive marketing campaign leveraging Markle's celebrity status and employing questionable business practices. The initial presentation of the jam is heavily contrasted with the reality of its production. Markle's carefully crafted video depicting her daintily stirring fruit in a large kitchen evokes a sense of handcrafted artisanal quality, reminiscent of a charming cottage industry. This image is immediately juxtaposed with accounts suggesting mass production in a factory setting, highlighting a significant discrepancy between the marketed image and the actual production process. This contrast underscores the narrative's central theme, the potential deception inherent in Markle's marketing strategy. The launch itself is characterized by a lavish and targeted publicity campaign, involving the distribution of free samples to a select group of celebrities and influencers. The inclusion of well-known figures like the Kardashians and Nacho Figueres is highlighted to emphasize the strategic nature of the campaign and its reliance on celebrity endorsements to drive sales. The narrative subtly questions the authenticity of these endorsements, suggesting that the positive reviews may not reflect genuine appreciation for the product. The anecdote about Markle's mother's unenthusiastic reaction to a banana dessert made with the jam further undermines the purported quality of the product. The narrative points out the lack of transparency surrounding the jam's production and sales figures. Markle's team's refusal to provide concrete sales data, instead offering vague and unsubstantiated claims of widespread success, is presented as a deliberate attempt to avoid scrutiny. The narrative criticizes this lack of transparency, highlighting the absence of verifiable evidence to support the claims of widespread popularity. The promise of future digital analytics is presented with skepticism, suggesting that this data may also be manipulated or lack credibility. The narrative also focuses on inconsistencies in the product's description and marketing. The initial marketing emphasized strawberry jam, only to later shift focus to raspberry jam without explanation. This sudden shift is presented as suspicious, raising questions about the product's development and the motivations behind the change. The narrative suggests that this inconsistency reflects a lack of planning and a willingness to alter the narrative to suit marketing needs. The product itself is criticized for its pricing and packaging. The smaller-than-average jar size, combined with a significantly higher price point, is described as a Duchess tax, highlighting the inflated cost driven by Markle's celebrity status rather than the product's intrinsic value. The excessive and wasteful packaging is also criticized, emphasizing the prioritization of aesthetics over environmental concerns and sustainability. This critique underscores the narrative's argument that the product's marketing prioritizes image over substance. The conclusion reinforces the narrative's central theme, the perception of the jam launch as a potentially deceptive marketing scheme. The absence of verifiable sales data, the inconsistencies in the product's description, and the excessive pricing and packaging all contribute to this perception. The narrative suggests that the entire venture is less about producing and selling high-quality jam and more about leveraging Markle's celebrity status to generate revenue through a carefully constructed but ultimately misleading marketing campaign. The overall tone is one of skepticism and criticism, highlighting the questionable business practices and lack of transparency surrounding the launch of Markle's jam.